In the quiet neighborhood of Murcia, Spain, a family lived an ordinary life, but behind closed doors, secrets brewed and darkness loomed. Meet Jose Ramadan, the enigmatic 16-year-old boy with a fascination for martial arts and an insatiable desire for the forbidden. As his collection of knives and weapons grew, one item in particular became his obsession: the legendary samurai sword. Little did anyone know that this coveted blade would unlock a sinister journey, forever etching Jose's name in infamy as the Samurai Crazy. Brace yourself for a chilling tale of secrets, shadows, and the twisted depths of a young mind on the edge. Within the walls of their home, secrets simmered. Mercedes, the calm and nurturing mother, became Jose's refuge whenever conflicts with his tough father, Rafael, erupted. Meanwhile, Jose's sister Maria was showered with love by both Rafael and Jose. Jose and his father would constantly fight about bad grades. Frustrated by academic oppression and worsening grades, Jose decided to run away from home. However, reality quickly shattered his illusions, prompting a humbling call to his parents for rescue when he realized he can't survive on his own. Accepting Jose's distaste for traditional education, his parents allowed him to drop out and pursue vocational courses. Initially, welding held promise, but Jose's enthusiasm died off. Retreating into isolation, he locked himself in his room with a computer and lost himself in online chats and forums. Jose joined satanic and occult forums. At some point, an idea took shape in his head: to kill his parents. However, it's unclear when or why this idea came to him. In March, he told his best friend about his idea, but his friend did not believe him and thought it was just another attempt by Jose to seek attention. On the night of March 31st, Jose chatted with Sonia, informing her that tonight is the night. With a sword beneath his pillow, he stayed awake, listening to his father's snores. Initially frustrated when his father woke up at 4 a.m., Jose regained hope when Rafael returned to bed moments later, resuming his snoring. At 6 o'clock in the morning, on April 1st, Jose got out of bed with the sword in his hands and went to the room where his father was sleeping. He stood by his side and only raised the samurai sword to his neck without touching him, simulating cutting his neck. The adrenaline of having his father's neck just inches from the sword already satisfied him. He felt powerful and thought of going back to sleep. However, he didn't leave. He quickly lowered his arms and directed the sword straight at Rafael's head. Again and again, according to Jose's own words, the sword fell by itself. He told the police that it felt like as if another being was controlling his body. He remembers very little of everything that happened afterwards. After hitting his father several times in the head and neck, he stabbed him in the chest. He then went into his sister's room, where his mother was also sleeping. She screamed for help, but Jose quickly attacked her while she tried to protect his little sister. As he was attacking his mother, the sword broke, so he went to get a machete, with which he killed his mother. Then, with the same machete, he killed his sister. In just 15 minutes, Jose Ramadan had killed his entire family. After a brief moment on the living room couch, Jose proceeded to carry his sister's lifeless body to the bathroom, gently placing it in the bathtub. However, his attempts to move his father's body alongside Maria's failed, so he covered each corpse's head with a bag, whether to shield their faces from view or symbolically prevent his family from witnessing the demise of one another. Returning to the couch, a creeping realization slowly engulfed Jose's consciousness as he grappled with the enormity of what had transpired. He quickly washed his face and arms and put on clean clothes over his blood-stained clothes. He ran out of the house and located a public telephone, where he called the police, saying that there were 3 dead people in an apartment and giving the exact address. But the police didn't believe him. Minutes later, he called again, but this time he was much more specific. He said that he was Jose Ramadan and that he had just killed his entire family. He started running and hitchhiked a ride to Alicante, Spain. There, he asked a kid who lived in a tent on the street to show him where the train station was. His goal was to go to Barcelona to meet Sonia. The next morning, he called Sonia from another public phone to let her know that he was going to the train station and that his destination was Barcelona. She had seen on the news what Jose had done, so she told her mother, who then alerted the police. Within minutes, Jose's photo was everywhere. The police had given some copies to the people at the train station, and everyone knew the killer's face. On April 3rd, in the morning, while Jose and the kid who helped him find the train station were waiting for the train, a police officer approached them to interrogate them. He quickly recognized Jose, and they were both immediately arrested. In the police car, Jose told the police that he just wanted to have a new life and that he wanted to live without being controlled by his parents. He then lifted his shirt and showed the officer another shirt underneath, which was covered in blood. He said, "That's the shirt." When he got out of the patrol car, there were many people waiting for him. Some were there to insult him and others to praise him because they found him attractive. The police said that Jose was always very cold and that he confessed to killing his family to feel free. On the other hand, Jose said that in his first confession, he broke down and that he never expressed himself as coldly as they claimed. He was quickly sent to await his sentence, where he even thought about committing suicide. Of course, a few days later, the media began to float their own hypotheses that Jose was satanic and that he did it because he listened to Marilyn Manson, or even that he did it while imitating the Final Fantasy game. During his time behind bars, Jose continued to receive a vast amount of fan letters, some of which contained disturbing confessions from two girls who had taken someone's life in his name. However, as the truth unraveled within the prison walls, it was revealed that Jose suffered from an enigmatic condition known as idiopathic epileptic psychosis. This intricate blend of fantasies, epilepsy, and chronic insomnia had propelled Jose into a state of detached consciousness, causing him to disconnect from reality and unwittingly engage in his actions. In June, Jose acknowledged the facts and said he did it because of an epileptic attack. Based on that, and taking into account that Jose was 16 years old, he was sentenced to 6 years of rehabilitation in a juvenile center and then 4 years of probation. It should be noted that there was no trial. In other words, it was an agreement between lawyers and the prosecution. The law for minors was applied, which means that minors avoid adult prison and are sent to rehabilitation centers to correct their behavior so that they can be reintegrated into society. For many people, Jose began to be seen as a victim. Ignoring that 3 people had been brutally murdered, Jose entered the juvenile center where he served 5 years of his sentence. Jose says he is cured now. He says that if he was a psychopath before, he no longer is. After his time in the juvenile center, a pastor decided to take care of him and took him in. Jose says that God saved him. He's in a relationship with a girl he met when he was in the juvenile center, and they have a daughter together. Without a doubt, Jose's case is quite striking. Is he really recovered? Or is he a psychopath? Is it possible to reintegrate someone who committed such a heinous crime back into society? Please let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe.